Hi there, I'm Benjamin Cooper, and today I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how to edit a shot of the Milky Way in Lightroom 4. Alright, now there's a few things you need to know if you're going to go out and shoot the Milky Way. You need to be pretty far from light pollution, so if you live near a city, I've heard that you need to be at least anywhere up to 200 miles from the city. Now, I live in Billings, Montana, so the light pollution is pretty minimal, and this shot was taken about 25 miles out of town. And it needs to be a moonless night and a cloudless night. And I got lucky this particular evening when I went out. It was about 10:30 at night, and I was facing westward, and I used a 30-second exposure at f2.8. The ISO was 4500 at 14 millimeters. I used the D600 Nikon camera, and I used the Samyang 14 millimeter, and like I said, I was at f2.8. Alright, now let's get started on the edit here. Let's see. Alright, so here's the original exposure. Alright, and let's bump up the contrast a little bit, and that might be a little bit too much. Alright, now the white balance is at as shot. I'm going to change it to auto. Okay, and that'll just turn up the, or just adjust the blue temperature a little bit. And let's turn the contrast up a little bit more. I'll turn the highlights down, the shadows all the way up, the blacks all the way down, and the whites, get those adjusted. Alright, it's looking pretty good now. The foreground is pretty dark though, so we're going to want to paint in some light there. Go to about 2 stops, and the brush, it'll look like this when you start out. I'll probably turn the yellow up a little bit and the green down, and adjust the size of the brush here. Okay. Now that's looking pretty terrible, but let's just take a second here. I'll get it all painted in, and then I'll adjust the white balance. And make the brush a little smaller. Okay. I'll turn the green down. Might drop the saturation a little bit too. Okay. Leave that brush, and I'll zoom in. Activate the brush again. Activate that particular brush. Hold space bar and you can pan around. Let's make that brush a little bit bigger. Space bar again to adjust. Okay, there we go. That's not so terrible now. Detoggle the brush. Alright. That's looking pretty interesting. Let's paint in a little bit more here with a new brush. Reset the white balance and the exposure. Turn up the clarity a little bit. And I'm going to paint on the sky with some more clarity to give it a little bit more pop. Alright, there we go. There's our edited photo. And here's the original. As you can see, it's pretty interesting. I might do some fine tuning with the brush stroke for the foreground. Okay. There we go. That's better. Okay. Alright, I think we're looking pretty good now. Alright, so there we go. It's the Milky Way, edited in Lightroom 4. Now, if you want to see some more of my photos, you can check me out on my 500 pixel. There's a link below. And you can also check out my website, which is getshotby.me. Alright, now if you have any questions or comments or any critiques of my edit or the photo, just post below and I'll get back to you. Thank you.